Hello coders, welcome back to another YouTube tutorial, and in this tutorial we want to implement message read. So if a user read the message, you want to show two green ticks. If it's not a red, it will be a white tick and it will be a single tick. Let me show you by an example. As you can see on the screen, I can say how are you. If I click here, as you can see, this is message was sent and also the user has opened the screen and it's two ticks. If I do this and say yes, the message is not yet seen, it's still single tick. So if I click this message here, yes, it changed to a green tick. Or you can, from this side, you can attach an image of your choice. Let me pick this image. And I can click done. You can see this message is also delivered to the other side and it's a green. So if you are new to this channel, may kindly subscribe and click the notification bell so that you'll be notified whenever we upload a new video. By end of this video, you'll be able to implement the message scene and also by showing bubbles of your choice, and you can customize from what I'm going to show you. So let's get started. So in here, let's go to our chat message item. That's where we want to implement that bubble, if it's green or a gray. So let's add a padding. What you can do is just single click this one and say wrap with widget, and then say we want to add a padding. And for a padding, it requires a padding. So you just say padding and say const, then 8.7. I'm not sure why it wasn't doing auto completion. So after add this padding, let's add also a container here, repeating a container. So in our container, let's add some decoration, and this one is a box decoration. So let's add a border radius, and we want to use a box border radius, a border radius with this one, and dot only. So let's start with top right. So we can say radius, it's allow a radius. We want to use a circular one, this one. So if it's my message, if it's on top, let's put a 0, else let's put 16 and put a comma. Here it will be a top left. Let's do the opposite. So it's just adding a slight corner. So here for others, we just put a radius 16, which is a bottom right and bottom left. Bottom left, let's say 16. And bottom right, 16 again, and let's put a const. So after doing this, let's add also in our container, let's add a color to it. So we want to see if it's my message, which color should I use? If it's my message, we want to use color gray. Colors dot gray and a shade of 400. Else else we want to use a colors dot green in the shade of 200. So after doing this, let's see how it looks like. Yeah, so this is the gray. So far we don't have any message from this sender. So let's continue with our design, and you want to add some. Let me minimize this a bit, because we want to keep on refreshing this page to see our changes. What reload. So after doing this, we want to add this one inside the column. We want to have a term here just below the message. So let's add it in a column. Let's put it in a column. Let's see if everything is fine. Nothing changed. Yeah, nothing changed here. So below the column, we want to add a row. So let's add a row. So in this row, let's say main axis alignment, and if it's my message, so we want to align we want to align it either to the right or to the left. So if I'm the one who is receiving a message, we want to put the time to this right side or to this other side. So we just say if my message, we just say main axis alignment dot end, or else main axis alignment dot start. So if it's my messages, let's put this to the right. So the child that we are going to put here, it will be pushed into, like the children, they are going to be pushed to right. If it's mine, if it's not mine, it's going to be pushed to the left side. So if it's my message, we can do this also. If it's my message, we want to occupy the space. If it's my message, we want to put a spacer. We just say spacer. So it will accommodate the remaining space. It will accommodate the remaining space. Let's say add a constant. So far we didn't add anything. So the space is covering everything here. So let's add now a widget. This widget, it's a padding, and we want to put edge insert dot only one or O. Let's put O. Our padding must be 4. So here let's just put a comma here. So after doing this, let's put a comma. We want to put a child here, and the child, it's going to be a rep. Let's rep everything. Let's use this rep one. And in our rep, we want to align, the alignment should be right. Let's add alignment. Let's say right, which is in, sorry, it's rep alignment. We are now using rep alignment right, and which is end. Then the spacing, let's just put 8. In the cross axis alignment, we just say cross axis alignment, so just say and also. And it also have a child rep. So in this rep, it's like a column. So it will wrap everything that we are going to put. like a row. So we want to add the first one. It's going to be our time. So let's add the text. We want to add a time here. In the time you can say message, which message are we using, which one? Df created time, sent it, which is sent it. Yeah, we can say sent it. We know it's not now always, and then we want to format this date. So we want to format this one, format this date, format date time. So let me show you how we can format this date time. So let's go to our extension. In our extension, let's add a new extension. And this one can say on, like what he did, on date time, on date time, on this one, date time, like this. So after you are doing this, we want to implement our logic to format the date time. So our format of a date will be string get format date time, like this. Let's put this and we just say date time, date format, sorry. This is the format that we want to use. Date format. Let's see if we are able to import this one. It's supposed to be in. Let's add the package. Let's import package into that, this one. Yeah. So if you want to format here, we want to have this format, which is going to be date, month, year, hours, minutes, and either AM or PM. So that's our time. Then we can say format. And you want to format, so if it's different time zone, we just say to local so that it will convert that time to my current time. So if you come here, you just copy this here and we can import this. Yeah, it is imported. So we extended this date time with this, so we'll be able to use this. So you don't create any method to format that. So after doing this, let's style our text. So if we save, let's just save and see the time. You can see this is the time, but we want to change the style, the time to be white in color. But this is this is what's going to happen. So for styling, just say style, and we just say we want to use the text style that is coming from our theme. So let's just do this. Let's go to our build here. Just say final equals to theme. theme of, and we put our context here. Then just say final style. Because to theme, we want to use the text style, text theme, right? We want to use this text theme. So let's go back here. And in our style, we just say style dot label small. This one dot copy width. Then we want to change our color to white. Colors dot white, and we can click save, and we see our time, but it's not that clear. So let's change the font size. Let's try to change the font size. Let's put it off and save again. It's now a bit bigger, but let's add some font weight to be bold. Yeah, I think it's now better. It's now better. So after adding this, so after this text, we want also to add, where is this text ending? Here. We want also to add, if it's my message, remember, if it's my message, you want to add some ticks here. If it's my message, you want to add an icon, either message was delivered, was read or not. So far we are working on read or not. Just say message. Let's say message dot message, is it read? I think it's read. Yeah, true. Message dot read is assigned to true. If it's assigned to true, if it's read, we just say icons. We want to show all done. Which one should we use? Done or rounded? Let's done or rounded. This one. Let's use this one. Or else. And after doing this, let's add also a size. Let's try to improve the size of this, of the icon. Let's put it to 16. And for colors, if message seen is true, like if it's red, we want our colors to be, we want it to be green. Colors dot green, and with a shade of 800. This one to be more dark. Or if it's not seen, you just say colors dot white. Then we click save. Yeah, like this. We can see it's a single tick because this message is not yet seen by this user. So once it's read, it will be 2 green arrows. So don't worry about these errors. So after doing this, I want to remove something like display name. There's a widget that I created here. Let's remove this. We can put this when you are working on the groups. Yeah. Now So when I say when it's my message, the top right will be 0. That's why you are seeing this to be 0, and the others it will be what? It will be 16. We put a rounded on other side. That's why we did that here. So after doing this, we are done with this view. So we want to do something now. We want to implement the read implementation. So to implement the read, so when this message is seen, we have to do we need to create a repository or a provider which we are going to use, and you can call this message repository provider. So let's create another repository which I call that file. So in this class, you just say class. Sorry, it's going to be a class, and we need a ref which is coming from report and put underscore ref, and we need to create a constructor here, generate constructor with this value. So after doing this, let's create a provider for this thing, and then we just say final message provider equals to provider, and we want to use this one, and in this class we just pass this ref. That's why we put our ref here. We put a semicolon and make this small caps like this. So everywhere on our implementation we are going to use this message provider to have access to this message repository. So we want to add also a database. So databases, and we can import this. Databases get underscore databases, and if you just say underscore ref dot read, and you want to read this one which is our database provider, please just copy and let's import this which is coming from here, and let's import the database from Appwrite. So we want to implement our update message, our read. So we just say future, it is going to be a void, and you can say update message seen, and we want to pass the ID of the message, string ID, it's going to be an async. As you can see, it's a future. Then let's just add a try and then a catch, and we want to print the exception. If we have any, it's good to print the exception if you are in debugging so that you know. Then $, the exception. So here we just say underscore databases dot update document. The database ID will be strings this one, dot database ID, make it a bit clean. Let's do these strings, dot collection. This is going to be our message, and for our document ID, which is this one, the ID. So after doing this, let's put our data. Since it's an update, we want to update only one field here, and this field, if we go back to our message, let's go to our models, message Appwrite, and the value for it, we are using this field, and we can just say double quotes for this field, set it to true. So this is the only logics that you want here. You want to update this. So after doing this, let's go back to our message item. So when this view is loaded, means this one, this message item, this whole message item, we want to do some checks here. So we just say we want to import let's use effect, this one, and we can let's use this use effect. So in this use effect, we want to check if the message, if we want to check if it's not my message first. It's not my message means I'm not the sender of the message, and it's coming from someone, and the message dot read is not equal to true, means this message is coming from my friend. So the message is not mine, and the status of read is not equal to true, means it's false or null. So if it's false or null, we just want to say ref dot read, what's the name of this repository, message repository. Let's import this. We now have access to this dot update scene. So message, let's see in our message if we have message ID. So we don't have a message ID. With this ID is just for our local storage. So we need a reference to the original message that we are storing here, so that we can use to update it. So let's go here in our realm, and here let's add this field called message ID. Yeah, message ID upstream. And we want also to add this. Here we are using bool read, so let's add also this one. And we want to let's add this delivered. We can implement this logic later on the upcoming videos. So if we copy this upstream and delivered, we want also to persist these fields in our realm. So let's go to okay, this is for okay, it's okay. We need also to add this on our message Appwrite, which is message upstream, message ID upstream, and also the delivered. And we also need this message, a reference to this message in our chat Appwrite, and also the delivered. We will implement some of the things in the future videos, but for now I know we shall need these things, so let's just add them in our chat. Let's add this, and also the user ID, the ID of the sender. So just say I will show you in the future videos, just bear with me. And this one is supposed to be a string. I copy this from here. It's supposed to be a string. No, user ID. Okay, it's only here. Let's go to the chat room also and add for now. We just put let. So let's go to our readme and click the run room generate. Okay, there's an error that is in here. I don't think it's necessary. Just here, just say message ID upstream. To avoid known errors, we just unwrap it with a blank. If it's not there, we just return a 404. And for now, I know this, we don't have this. So after we update our database, what you have to do, you are supposed to go onto realm provider, and we are supposed to bump this version. It was 2, so you can bump it to 3, so that it will update the schema. So this logic, we will now update the read to true. If it's not true, then what you want to do now, let's go to our realm model in our state, in our model view, pages. Here there's something that you want to change. We want to change something. We are calling this message this is where we are generating, so we want to save that ID. We want to save that in message upstream ID, and it's coming from document. Let's put a comma. It's coming from document. It's coming from here. And also let's say delivered by default, let's set to false. After we send this, it will be false. This is for message, and okay, We want also to update our chart. Let's go here. This is the chart Appwrite, and also we can just say delivered equals to false at the time of sending, and the message ID upstream is going to be a message ID upstream. Let's see if we have, yeah, this is the message, right? And here we want also to add something, which is our user who sent the message state dot my user ID. So each chart, or both, we are creating two chart heads. So those two chart heads, we have same user ID, so that we know who is the sender between those two chart heads. And the other one is for sender, and the other one is for receiver. So that's why I added this one to different, to know who is the owner of the message, so that we can put a single tick or a double tick if it's received. So we'll do the implementation later. We are creating a charted in this view, which is here. So let's go to the view here. Here, that's where we are creating a charted. So the read, it's okay, and the delivered is good. Child read delivered, and the user ID will be user ID. What else did we add here? Message ID. Message ID upstream. So let's go back to our message view module. We want to implement we want to create a method to update, also like what we did here, like what we did in our effect. Let's go to our effect. Use effect. No. Here. We want to do the same logic here. So you're supposed to put it here. And this is the message. And it's my message. Let's implement this logic. It's my message. Here is going to be a message. Message dot sender user ID. If it's equal to state dot my user ID, it means I'm the sender. It means it's my message, and we just pass this, and we can import this, and we can implement this, and we can code this method. Let's go to just search Control F dot. After we are done with this update, we can do this. We can send this message here. You can just call this. After creating, if I'm currently in that view, I will just send the event like I just read that message. And if it's an update, just do the same. And if this doesn't exist also here, just do the same. So for our application, we will not work properly right now because we added some of the fields, which we can go to our Appwrite. On our chat Appwrite, we added these 3 fields. So let's add those 3 fields on our database. So I'm currently logging into my database. So let's open and go to the messages. After going this, let's start with the attributes. For we know we added this one called delivered, which is a boolean, and by default it's false. Delivered. Let's see the other field that we added for message Appwrite. Message Appwrite upstream. No, this one doesn't. We don't need this one. We don't need this one because we already have an ID. Sorry, we just need a one field, which the one that we added. So let's run this command again to generate. We don't need that one. So let's go back to our chart and go to attributes. We want to add delivered, which is also a boolean, and the default will be false. Let's also add another attribute, which is a user ID. It's a string. The user ID is a phone number. The phone number will not be more than 50. And let's add also another field. I think there's the other field that we added here in chat Appwrite. Yeah, this one, message upstream, and we can message ID upstream. Just say generate, doesn't matter. So after doing this, so these messages, you can see by default these values are empty, and for our implementation to work, they must not be empty. So let's see if we have any errors, especially here. I think we have an error here. We don't need this here. I think we don't need this here when creating a chart. When creating a chart Appwrite, let's see what we are doing here. We can have this document after creating a message, and what you want is just an ID. So for the ID, we just say dot $ID, which is the message ID. After creating a message, you just need this, which is the message ID. String message ID upstream. Yeah. So the chat head, we have a created message ID. Just for reference sake, we have this one, and when saving a message into our room, and saving our message into our room, we have this document like this. So it's okay. So our application won't work fine here, so we have to uninstall it. for it to work properly. So let's run it again. So by doing this, so far we did not update this thing, but our logic is working. If you come here, if you go to our chat message and see the user effect, if you see where, let's add a supposed to return you now, here just say print use effect. So if you open this, you can see the use effect is working. So, but the message is not getting in here because it's not this. These are my messages, so it won't get into here. So let me set up to another device and we can test together. So these are the two numbers that I'm using to test, and you can see this is the new number. I can say hi there. You can see this message and two ticks, and just say hello, and also two ticks because just received. Then say welcome back, and you can send a message. So thank you guys for watching this video, and in this video I showed you how we can implement the read messages and also updating our bubbles for our messages and adding a time. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you are new to this channel, may kindly subscribe and click the notification bell so that you'll be notified whenever you upload a new video. Salut coders!